Hello guys, welcome to yet another video, and in this video we're going to jump into understanding how the web works and introduction to HTML. So let's get started. So after this course, you'll be able to describe the internet and its associated key terms, describe the World Wide Web and its associated key terms, identify the types and purposes of websites, discuss web browsers and their purpose. Also define HTML and the standards used for web development, discuss the use of cascading style sheets, define dynamic hypertext markup language or DHTML, and as well extensible hypertext markup language and its relationship to HTML. Describe tools used to create HTML documents. Describe 5 phases of the web development life cycle. Describe web design and purpose of each website structure. Describe the importance of testing throughout the web development life cycle. What is the internet? As widely understood, it's a collection of computer networks that links millions of computers used by businesses, government, educational institutes, organizations, and individuals. These can be accessed using modems, telephone lines, television cables, and other communication devices. Whereas a network is a group of 2 or more computers that are connected together to share resources. The internet backbone is a collection of high-speed data lines that connect major computer systems around the world. An ISP internet service provider is a company that has a permanent connection to the internet backbone. For example, KAWA Uganda, those are internet service providers. So what's the internet? As you can see, we said it's a connection of different computers. Now you can see this one is in Africa, Madagascar, Australia, and you can see they are all interlinked together, that they can share resources. So it means someone in Africa can access a resource that is in North America, or as well that is in the end of Russia. World Wide Web. It's the part of the internet that supports multimedia and consists of a collection of linked documents, as well as Hypertext protocol. It is a set of rules for exchanging text, graphics, sound, and other media files across the internet. Web pages, on the other hand, information that is shared on the web. That's like information accessed on the web, like the way you see you can access Facebook. The landing page is a web page. The website as well, it's a collection of web pages. So for example, you can have Facebook and you have messages, you have posts. So each like messages is the post, is the messages is the web page, posts is a web page. So if it's a collection of all those in one, it makes a website. As well as a home page is the first document you see when you access the website. For example, when you access like KAWA.ug, what comes first is the home page or the landing page. The World Wide Web. In detail, as we had seen, it's a collection of web pages on the internet. So you can see now this is one website, another one. So these ones all interlinked together. It's a collection of websites which come up to be the World Wide Web. Web servers. As we had seen in the past video, how we were setting up a web server. So a web server here, its main purpose, it serves as a storage where we are going to keep our web pages and other files so that we can serve them to the user. when he or she requests them. Publishing, we can call it web publishing, like we are going to be writing HTML code. So after writing those HTML code, publishing comes in. This is where you transfer the files you have coded onto the web server, and after that, now these web pages are ready to be viewed by anyone around the World Wide Web. So here are website types and purposes. So we have the internet. Now this one is accessed by anyone around the globe and share information, personal, product catalogs, post information, etc. with the public. And we have internet. Internet is it's like, and as you hear the word intro, these are specifically designed for organizations and employees, members, and it's a private network. So these ones share information, forms, manuals, organization schedules, etc. with employees and members of that organization. I think here we can see the difference. This one can be accessed by anyone, but the internet is for only a selected organization and its members. However, the extranet here, it's also private, but it can share information between different partners and customers. Let's say MTN and its customers can share information together, whereas you can't find now Airtel, you are sharing MTN information. So now this becomes an extranet. Electronic commerce. This is like a web portal or a website, or like a collection of web pages that its main purpose serves for buying and selling, like we always see electronic commerce. Buying and selling of goods and services on the internet. Web browser. So a web browser, like they all have examples like Google Chrome, Internet Explorer, Firefox, Opera Mini. It's called a web browser because it helps in interpreting and displaying web pages to view and interact with the web page on your computer or on your device. You can have Microsoft Internet Explorer, Mozilla Firefox, Google Chrome. There are many out there. However, a uniform resource locator, this is like an address of a document or a file on the internet. Take an example of this one down here. So this one is a uniform resource locator, a URL. So we have a hyperlink. A hyperlink, as we are going to be looking through as we code, it's an element used to connect one page to another. Let's say I want to leave this web page within a website. Let's say I leave home. Now I have to check the messages. So a hyperlink will connect me from the home page and takes me to the messages section. So here we can see up here, this is the web browser, and the displayed page, this is our page displayed inside here. This is our web page. So this is, as you can see, southwest.com. This is now the URL, the uniform resource locator here, and this one is the address bar where you have to type that you can access. Let's say we are going to be accessing our files on our development server. We are going to be using this section to put in the address of the files we want to access. And this is the content of the HTML web page. Here we have the elements and the image, the content. As I said, it's a collection of content, images, animations that can be displayed all over the World Wide Web. So what is HTML? Now let's dive into HTML. Web pages are created using HTML, which is the authoring language used to create documents on the web. So it's the standard of the web for creating files and web pages onto the World Wide Web. and it uses special instructions called tags or markup to define the structure and the layout. We are going to look this into deep and understand what tags mean and how we can lay our structures to be displayed in the browser. As the purpose of the browser is to display these pages. HTML is platform dependent, meaning you can create or code an HTML file on one type of computer and then use a browser on another type of a computer to view that file, meaning it's a standard. It's a standard and it cannot be changed. That's its standard. Cheers. Let's get an introduction to HTML, as the course says. Hope we are together, guys. So in this section, I will show you the tags that serve as a public blueprint you will use for all your web pages. HTML files usually read off the following. It means they start off with the following. So this is what we call document declaration. It tells the browser that this file is an HTML file. Are we together? So it tells the browser that this is an HTML file. And this tag, as I said, we are going to start with go into deep in the tags. It has no closing tag. We are going to also understand that what it means by opening and closing tag. So this one is called the document declaration, as earlier said, and lets the browser know that the type of document process is an HTML document in this case. Next up, you add the declaration of what? Of the language. It tells the browser that, oh, the language I'm going to use within this file, it's English. This tag doesn't do a whole except tell the browser the choice to the file is dealing with a file that contains HTML codes, and it uses a language attribute to specify document language, in this case which is English. Similarly, the last line in the document always be corresponding to the end tag, like the way you see here. Now this is an end tag. We are going to go into detail of the opening and closing tags. You can think this is a tag as HTML equivalent for the end, so each of those pages will include this on the second line. This is the second line to declare the document language, because we declared the type. Now we are telling it the language, and at the end of it all, after writing all, now we close our document with HTML, meaning that we have reached the end of the file. So as you can see here we declare the document. This is a simple example, type HTML. So these are all standard, because it tells the browser that it should use a markup of transition HTML, English, public, under WCC. This is the opening telling that, oh, we are writing now the HTML. As you can see, the head, this is like the head of the document, the start from up, and you close. This is how they close the tags. So when you open head, you close it with another head, but with a forward slash in front of it. So, and inside here, within the head, we can declare more. The head comes with many other tags that can go inside the head. But for now, let's take a look at the meaning of this title. So this title means it will tell the browser that my web page is called Figure 17, as you can see up here. And it's the one that will display in the browser as you are seeing here. This is the title, which is declared like that inside the head. So after closing the head, we will finish to the head. So we have to declare the body. Now this is where all the content we want to write in our web page. this is where it goes. So you open a body tag as well, you can close it down. So if you see this tag called strong, this is some of the HTML tags we are going to be using throughout of the course, meaning this one will make it bold as strong, like its color becomes thick. So its tag is open like that and closed like that. We are going to dive deep into this code. So I'm trying to just show you the simple layout of an HTML page. This is some of the tags you're going to be using. It's called the horizontal loop. Some of these HTML tags, you don't close them because it's a standard, like a horizontal loop. For it just defines a horizontal line, as you are seeing this line, but you don't close it. So the tag called paragraph, you see P. So it's just like you are typing a document and you declare new paragraph. You see it has put it on in a new paragraph. So within that you can put your all code within there of the paragraph you want to type and the words you want to show in that paragraph. And then as a standard, you close the body, meaning you have finished writing your content, and at the end you also close the HTML, meaning that's the end of your file. So you got HTML elements. For example, a title. This is how you write the tag of the title. You open braces. It's just simple like this. That's the less than sign and the greater than sign. Then inside here, it's where you put your tags. Now let's say this is title. Then you put your title like here. You put, let's say, KAWA. Now this will come as the title for your for your HTML page. So after this, you close you close the title side, closing its a forward slash in front of the tag, and then the tag, then you again put the braces. So this will come as the title, as I showed in the browser, the word that will be at top of the title. So in the we'll go to body. Body, this is the section which contains all the content that will be displayed in the browser. Like it's defined here, specifies what appears on the web page. All page content is inserted within the start of the body tag and the end of the body tag, meaning exactly in between here. Paragraph inserts a blank line before the paragraph, like we saw here previously. You see this line here, like this space here, it declared a paragraph for us, so that this is a new paragraph we are going to put below. Line break, inserts line break before the next element, no blank line. So it means it brings this content to another line, not a paragraph. We are going to look at that in detail. HTML coding practices. Separate sections of HTML code with spaces. Give an immediate view of the sections of the code that relate to one another. HTML browsers, they ignore these spaces. So even if you put a space without any tag, it will not appear in the browser because it's not a code to be interpreted by the browser. So spaces inserted within code will not appear in the web page unless you tell the browser to do so. Now, for example, I was telling you like blank lines. So if we see this blank line, the browser will not show it because you left it there, no? Because the browser will only understand words between these codes. As you can see, it will only understand this, but a space between here, the browser will not understand it. Maybe if you come and say it's a break line. Are we clear? Now the browser will interpret it as, you know what, go below. So if you put a paragraph to be like, it's another paragraph, go below it. There are tags that we are going to be using throughout the course, like table tags. So this is a table, like you are designing a table or a table. Inside the table you can display data. Let's say you are doing a simple system for displaying results for students. So you want to do a list. Let's say you want something like 1, 2, 3, 4. So we are going to look at all these in details, ordered lists and unordered lists. So even the paragraph, we see it comes through here. As you said, this will display new paragraph of text. It would have a blank line between it and the bracket list. So there is a space in here because we declared this paragraph. And of course, as a standard, at the end of it all, we are going to be using our closing tags, body and HTML. Because you open the body, you have to close it first. And HTML was opened first, you close it last. HTML versions. HTML has gone through several versions, each which expands the capability of HTML. The most recent one was that, but currently we are in HTML5. Most browsers still support previous versions, and as well, W3C maintains high standard and specifications which are followed by all browsers. So it's the browser standards that will always change, but HTML standards and specifications are always defined for the all browsers. So we take a look, a dive into cascading style sheets. So within CSS, you write code that allows you to control an element with a single web page and sell to the entire website. So this CSS, in short terms, it's beauty and look. Are you clear? So you can style, you have a word style. So it's the style or like the beauty of how your site will look. It's recommended for large websites. Example, changing a headline style in a website containing hundreds of pages. It is easier to do using CSS instead of recording individual headline again. So here what this implies means that you don't have to rewrite each line applying a design. So you do a style once and use it throughout the whole website. We are going to take a look at that too. So this is a simple example of cascading style sheet. So you can see this one is a style for header 1, header 2. So it is going to use that font, Arial, sans serif. That's the style for all headers. So each paragraph, a table, a listed item, it will use a font of Lucida, that, and it will have a margin left of 10 points. We are going to look at that in detail. So the body of the web page, it will have background color of that. We are going to take a look into all this background color and these color codes. So paragraph, listed item, table header, table data will have the size of the font as 75. We are going to take a deeper look into that. This is an example of a simple style. And all header 1, header 2, header 3, and horizontal row will have a color of that. We are going to take a look into that too. And the table, the border style, like the border of the table. Let's say this is our table. It will have the color code. It will have a border style of outset. We are going to look at all those styles in practical as we are writing our code. And listed item, like the style. Let's say you have your list, like let's say 1, 2, 3. But in this case, if we declare the list style as a square, instead of 1, 2, 3, it will put a square like that. Are we clear? So we are going to look into that also in detail. So we also have something called dynamic HTML. Dynamic HTML describes the combination of HTML tags, CSS, scripting language such as JavaScript. So dynamic HTML allows users to create interactive and animated web pages, as we had discussed in the introduction of how we are going to create animated web pages and interactive web pages with JavaScript, CSS. So we have extensible markup language. It uses tags. We are going to look at that in the near future. Let's first leave it at that. Extensible hyper markup language is a formulation of HTML, so it conforms of XML rules. We are going to look at that in detail as well as we go ahead. So HTML must include a doc type declaration document like we had seen at first. So this is our doc type declaration. Doc type declaration XHTML version 1 transitional, offered by that as the specification is here. So go ahead and open your HTML document. You define its title, as you can see within the head. Then when you go inside the body now, you can write other tags like table, for example. You give it width like 100%. Now all attributes values. Now you can see this width. We call this an attribute, and its value is 100%, so that it fills the whole browser with this. And all tags, remember, must be closed. For example, you say this break tag, you close it like that. Tags such as image, horizontal rule break, which do not have end tags, which must be closed as a matter of practice. So you just close it. Within itself, there are just few of these. There are not more than 10, which you don't need to close, like break, horizontal rule, image, as you can see. But there are all other tags that you must close. For example, this paragraph. You see paragraph, you must close it like this. It's a standard, so you have to understand which tag needs to be closed and another tag which doesn't need to be closed. All elements must be nested properly. So if you have a paragraph, for example, and inside the paragraph you want to write something that with the emphasis that is strong and someone can see it, you have to go inside it and close it. But you can see this is invalid. All these here are invalid. So you must approach it like this. Paragraph, you see, we have closed it last, because inside it you have another element which is strong, which must close inside. So these are all specifications of the browser and standard of HTML. So as you can see here, this is how it is supposed to be. This is an invalid example. Tools for creating HTML documents. As I had seen in the previous video, we need a text editor. So this one will help us in typing the code, changing, saving, printing text such as HTML. So this is a must, so that we will be able to write our HTML documents. As I said, we are going to be using different tools according to your choice, but for my side, I'll be using Sublime Text, which is an HTML editor. So an HTML editor is a program that provides basic text editing functions as well as more advanced features such as color coding. We'll look at that color coding for various HTML tags, menus, insert tags, and spell checkers. An HTML object editor such as Adobe Go Live provides an additional functionality of an outline editor that allows it to expand, collapse HTML objects and properties, edit parameters, view graphics attached to the expanded objects. However, WSIWYG is a program that provides a graphical user interface that allows the developer to preview a web page using its development. This will be it's based in a browser. We are going to look at that in detail. So this is some example. So you can like an example of an italics. So you want to write text that is a little bit bent. Let's say this is I. So the browser, if you use that, will interpret it with a bent like calligraphy style. As you can see, a text will be displayed on a web page in italics, and that's how you close it with emphasis. We have already looked at the doc type and the title tag. The life cycle of web development. First of all, before you start on any website, you have to know what you are doing. So you have to plan it. What's the purpose of the site? Who will use the website? What are the users and computing requirement environment? Who owns and processes the information? Who decides if where the information goes on the website? Then you have to analyze what tasks do the users need to perform within the website, what information is useful to these users, what process considerations must be made. Then you go with the design and development. How will the web pages be organized? What type of website structure is appropriate according to the website you are developing, purpose of the website, because not every website serves the same purpose. What forms of multimedia contribute positively to the website? Like this will be the imaging. How can accessibility issues be addressed without limiting usability? We are going to look at that in detail. Usability and user friendliness, that's the user interface. Do you need to design for an international audience? That comes with different functionality like language, because someone who reads Arabic will look at how to implement such of language transition. Then you go ahead and do testing. Do the web page pass the worldwide consortium validation as XHTML? As we have seen the declaration of the document standard. Do they qualify? Is the website content correct? Does the website function correctly? Are users able to find information they need? Are users able to navigate easily? Implementation and maintenance. How is the website published? Now that we are going to look at how we are going to publish this in detail. How is the website updated? How do you often update it? Who's responsible for content updates? We are going to look at this user access rights. Who's responsible for structure updates? We are going to look at who's responsible for that and how we can do the structure updates and layouts. How users be notified about updates of the website? How do you tell your users that there are new features on the website? Will the website be monitored? I want to look at analytics when we go to an advanced stage. So, website design and development. So we take a look at element, organizational standard, and vision. So we look at titles. Use simple titles that clearly explain the purpose of the website. So, for example, if you are using a website like, let's say, you designed an e-learning system. So, be clear with the title. Let's say Uganda e-learning system. Don't tell you have developed an e-learning system. In the title, you put something like Games Center. It doesn't make sense. So the title helps users understand the purpose of the page. Good title explains the page in the search engine. When we are searching on Google, each title is the one that displays. So the titles are essential. Headings. Use headings to separate main topics. So if, for example, you are doing an e-learning system, if it's a subject called physics or chemistry or science, please be clear with that heading and specify this is chemistry. So headings make a web page easier to read. Simple headlines clearly explain the purpose of the page. So we'll get a look at horizontal rules. Insert horizontal rules, separate main topics. So if I'm like a horizontal rule is a line in between. So if up here it's like science, for example, then if you are going to another subject, you can specify that line to be like, now we are going to math. Okay. Then paragraphs. Use paragraphs to help divide large amounts of text. Paragraphs provide shorter and readable sections. For example, if you are writing an essay and you can't write it randomly as if you are reading it. So if someone is reading it, you have to specify this paragraph for easy to separate the topics to allow users to read them easily. So if a paragraph has come like that, please, if you are going to a next paragraph, now it's where you specify the paragraph tag, so that to create a space that the user can start now on another fresh paragraph to read easily. Page lengths. Maintain suitable web page lengths. Web users do not always scroll to view information on longer pages. Appropriate page lengths include likelihood that the users will view key information. So don't make a page that someone will scroll the whole day looking for something small. So try to maintain it. The length should be at least is small and straight to the point, and content should be easy to understand. Information. Emphasize the information, the most important information, by placing it at top of the web page. Web users are quick to peruse a page. Placing critical information at the top of the page increases the likelihood that users will view key information. If it's, for example, if it's an announcement, you should place that announcement on top of the page. Don't put it below on the bottom, because users will not scroll there to see. But if it's an important update, put it at the start of the page. These are good practices in development. Other, incorporate contact email address, include the date of last modification. These email addresses will help in case a user would like to contact you, the web developer, with questions or with any information that he or she needs to know about the website. Website design and development. We have a different structure. So we have a linear website structure. This structure contains web pages in a straight line. You can see home page, then you'll be like, now this is a login or register altogether. Then you have like login, then you have like send a message. So this becomes like clear. You come to the home page, which is always the first page. You register, you log in, and send a message. This is a linear structure. A deep website. This one has many levels of pages, requiring the user to click many times to reach a particular web page. Like from the web page, the user can register. After register, log in. Within the same login process here, the user is sent like a verification code, like a one-time password. Then the user puts that one-time password. The one-time password is verified. You can see now the process is becoming a bit, it has many levels. When the password is verified, now the user comes with his user profile. The user profile contains different sections, like a edit password. It has also other features, like now you can go into other functions like chat, then reply messages, delete. So this is a deep website example. Website testing, basic steps, testing content and functionality. So we have proofreading. This ensures that all the content you have put there, the spellings are right and the content is correct. Checking links. You have to check links, not to leave broken links. That each link, hyperlink, takes the user where it's supposed to be. Checking image graphics. Make sure each pictures you put, they fit and they respond according to the browser specifications. Ensure accessibility and internationalization addressed. So that's why you see most of we are declaring document types that will tell the browser this is an HTML document, so that it doesn't be displayed in garbled text, like it's just shabby. Testing the forms and interactive elements. Make sure each element you put in those forms, let's say someone is trying to register, make sure you check them and they are functioning. Testing pages to make sure they load quickly. Load and the lagging, it's a problem on the internet. If someone accesses your website and it takes hours to load, that's not a good website. They should load quickly and respond for the user. Print each page, see how they work. Now we are going to be introduced to with the developer tools where you can see the load time, see show console errors where you can inspect and see where the problem is. Review your code to meet the W3 consortium standards. So we have to review our code to meet the standards of the web. Website testing, usability, measure how well a product such as website allows user to accomplish his or her goals. We talked about that. Make sure you test it. Does it really do its intended purpose? Usability testing is a method by which users of the website and other products are asked to perform certain tasks in an effort to measure the product's ease of use and the user's perception of the experience. Website testing. So this is like a simple questionnaire. The purpose of this questionnaire is to gather information regarding the usability of a company website. Name not required. So this document can be used with different people so that you can know the responses and how you can rectify your relationship with the company. Let's say customer contact info. How is it? Was it for you? Was it to use our website navigation? Find the following information. Circle of choice. So we're asking the users, did you find the contact information? So that's where they will answer. Maybe very difficult. So that one wasn't successful. Store hours like information easy. That means he got to store information. Product information somewhat easy. I think he got some problem. Frequently asked questions like very difficult. So that means he failed to get the frequently asked questions. How would you rate our website Circle? Web page is loaded in acceptable time. That is like the browser experience. So if they loaded in a short time, they can say, yeah, it came so fast, or I disagree, it's totally slow. The website has visual appealing, maybe I disagree. That means the website is not looking nice. The navigation was clear, made it easy to find information, maybe yes, the navigation was okay. The graphs were used to convey pertinent information. The information displayed with images it's the correct information, maybe agree. I found what I was looking for on this website, maybe disagree. That means didn't find it. My experience with this website was successful, maybe neither disagree or agree. So this information will help you understand any problems with the website. Use the area below to give us additional feedback. Our company goes to provide an appealing and enjoyable browsing experience. We therefore are interested to hear your comments about our website. So this document will help you get information from website users on what to improve, what to add, what to remove. Project summary. Describe the internet and associated key terms. Describe the World Wide Web and associated key terms. Identify the types and purpose of websites. Discuss websites, web browsers, and identify the purpose. That's the summary as we are looking at it. Describe tools, 5 phases. I think we covered all that. So that's the introduction we have today. Thank you for watching.